Good morning, class. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, Khizra is showing me the book, literature book. Yes, guys, as you know, we are having again our English literature class. Now, Fatma Zara is looking so good. Okay, Alina Abed, I will appreciate if you will switch on your camera. Leha Uzair Batti, I've seen you. Afan Adnan, where are you? Tehzeeb, very nice. Walaikum assalam, Fatma Zahra. Very good. So, guys, we will read our last lesson of the final term. Yes, Khizra? Are you saying something? Why are you showing me your book? Walaikum assalam. So, guys, okay, Alina. Okay. Yes, Taha, I have seen you, my dear. So, guys, and Maham Mushtaba, I'm watching you. So guys, this is the last lesson that we are going to read of final term, and 3 groups I know have done their works. Means question answers, RTC, character sketch. But my one group, that is group A, 5A and 5B, Malahim. Yes, I can see you. Did not do the question answers, RTC, and character sketch. So, yes, so we will read 3 or 4 pages, then we will complete our work. Isma Mohsen. Okay, Isma, have you gotten yesterday the lecture? You were asking me again and again. Yes, Zoha, Hafsamir, everyone is here. So should we start our lecture? So I'm going to share the screen. Okay? Okay. Fall to yes. So guys, please. Oh, what happened? So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I welcome all of my SMPians in my English class, and it's going to be our English literature class, as you know, the raining season. Are you enjoying raining? Do you like raining season? So, guys, yes, what happened? Walaikum assalam. And Fatma Tizara, thank you, Miss Okay. So, guys, English literature class, as you know very well. And then, without wasting time, we will read our lesson. We will continue our lesson, The Man with 60,000 Children. Who is the man of 60,000 children? Yes, I did not write the page number. The man is Dr. Bernardo, who has started and who had started in 1870 his orphanage for poor and homeless children. So the man, Dr. Bernardo, with his 60,000 children, and he gave shelter of, yes, the huge crowd of children, and they all were homeless, poor, and orphan. Okay? And Jim was the first boy of his house, right? I showed you the picture of Dr. Bernardo yesterday. So today we will start. Yes. Now, you were showing me the book, Khizra. So open the page 138, everyone.
Miss, may I read?
Yes. Who's there?
Miss me.
Okay,
Khizra.
Khizra. Yes, Khizra, start reading. Yes. Everyone put the finger
But
on
he
the 9.
began,
Yes. 138, my dear. Everyone, hum now saf.
but he
Good to see you. Yes.
planned to do there. But he began to give up more and more of his spare time to the poor people of London. Not only did he teach in the tumble down evening school, but he preached in the open air, and often at night he went out with Jim to find more of the city children. He
Okay.
talked to
Okay,
him.
let me explain, Khizra, please. So, Dr. Bernardo was chosen as a missionary doctor, and he is sent for religious purpose in London. And London was his city, means he lived in London, but he wanted to go to China for preaching the religious. Preaching means to give moral sermon, to give sermon. So, but he was still thinking after meeting Jim about China, and he wanted and he planned to do there. But he began to give up more and more of his spare time to the poor people of London. But he was doing his time, more or more his leisure time, his free time to the poor people of London, because he was shocked to see Jim, that how many poor children lived in London, sorry. Not only did he teach in the tumble down evening school, but he preached in the open air. Now onwards, he was not doing just preaching in tumble down school as he was doing in his free time, but now he preached in the open air wherever he found helpless or homeless children. He learned all he could about them, and he managed to find homes for some, at first only for Jim. And at last, he managed to find a home or homes for some poor children, especially Jim. Now, Fatma, start reading, beta. Fatma to Zahra, start reading. Okay, so we were reading. Actually, net disturbing us. So please. Okay. So, Fatma, start reading, beta. Fatma, are you listening me? Yes, Fatma. Okay, unmute yourself, my dear. Yes, start reading. Hello, are you listening me, guys? Yes, read. I cannot listen your voice, Fatma Zahra. Please read. Yes. Now, Izan Zahid, please read it. Izan, are you listening me, guys?
Yes, miss.
Yes, read it.
Yes,
Yes.
miss.
Yes.
But he began to give up more and more of this
Yes.
spare time to the poor people of London.
People,
Not
not
only
pupil.
did
Excuse me,
teach
Izan, not people. People, yes. Okay, Fatma, I am giving you chance.
people,
Okay. Yes.
not only did he teach in the tumble down evening school, but he preached in the open air and
Izan, we have already read
often
this
at
paragraph.
night.
Izan, excuse me. Please read the second paragraph, my dear.
Okay, miss. He knew now that there must be thousands and thousands of children without homes. He needed hundreds of pounds to buy clothes and food for them.
Okay,
How could
now
he
stop,
help
stop
them
reading.
all?
Now,
He began.
Fatma, please read it. Unmute yourself, Fatma. Yes, now read. Yes, Siraj. Yes. Start reading, Fatma. I cannot listen your voice, my dear. Fatma. Yes. Siraj, where are you? Barira. Yes. Anyone else? Taha. Maham Mustafa, read it. Maham. Yes. Read it. Hurry up.
Then one day a letter came to him, a strange and surprising letter. It was written by a member of
Parliament. Member
Parliament,
of Parliament. Yes.
who
Yes.
Dr. Bernardo did not even know. It said, if you will give up the idea of going to China and
Okay.
will start a home for the
You
poor
stop reading,
children.
beta. Now, Iraj, mute yourself. I'm giving you access of unmute. Unmute yourself. Yes. Now start reading. Unmute yourself. Yes.
£1,000, how many children could be made happy with that?
Yes.
Excitedly, Dr. Bernardo began to plan, but it would mean giving up China.
Yes.
What what out he
Yes.
to do? It was a difficult choice. For 10 days he kept the letter. For 10 days he said to himself, China or London. Then he made his choice, and his choice was London. So in 1870, he rented his first house in a narrow street. He and his friends scrubbed floors
Okay.
and
Okay.
whitewashed
Now
walls.
stop reading. Stop reading, beta. So then one
Okay.
day a letter came to him. Um, to Dr. Bernardo. A letter came to Dr. Bernardo. So a strange and surprising letter. It was written by a member of parliament, means the man belonged to the government, whom Dr. Bernardo didn't even know. Dr. Bernardo did not know the member of parliament, but he sent a letter to Dr. Bernardo. And in the letter, it is written that if you will give up the idea of going to China and will start a home for the poor children of London, I will give you £1,000 towards us. Means he offered Dr. Bernardo £1,000 if he would give up the idea of going China. £1,000. How many children could be made happy with that? Dr. Bernardo just thought about the people of London. Excitedly, Dr. Bernardo began to plan, but it would mean giving up China. Means Dr. Bernardo began to establish an orphanage in London, but that means would be giving up China. So for 10 days he kept the letter. For 10 days he said himself, China or London, China and London, means he needed 10 days for deciding about China or London. Then he made his choice, and his choice was London, finally. In 1870, underline this line, this is very important. He rented his first house in a narrow street. He did not buy even, he rented his first house. Okay, so yes. So Ayan Naveed, okay. If I see Ayan Naveed, then Musawir Mehboob. Musawir, read it, beta. Musawir Mehboob, yes. Hurry up, Musawir. We don't have much time. Please. Musawir Mehboob, please read it. Amna Sham, please read. Continue the reading. I have given the access of unmute. Unmute yourself, Amna Sham. And Aisha Qasser, can you read it? Oh my God. Okay. So in 1870, he rented his first house in a narrow street. He and his friends scrubbed floors. He and his friend scrubbed floors, means clean the floors.
Miss, can I read?
Yes, sure. Start reading.
So in 1870, he rented his first house. House in a narrow street. He and his friends scrub floors and white wash
Yes.
walls and prepare beds and foods. Then Dr. Bernardo
Yes.
went out to choose his first 25 boys. He
Yes.
went to the sleeping places that Jim had shown him.
Yes.
The alleys, and he
Arches.
chose
Yes.
the
The
boys
alleys,
who
the
seemed to
arches.
be
Yes.
artists. Choose the
Yes.
boys who seemed to be in the greatest need. Let me come. Be begged a little red-haired boy told Terrence.
Yes.
Dr. Bernardo
Now
smiled
stop reading,
sadly.
beta. Stop reading. Now Ali bin Salman, start reading, my dear. Ali bin Salman. Yes. Start reading, beta. Ali bin Salman. Very good. Thank you, Farida. Yes. Yes.
A little red-haired boy for carrots.
Yes.
Dr. Bernardo smiled sadly. Carrots needed a
Hmm. Yes.
home as bad as anyone, for
He
he
was dirty and
was
ragged.
ragged and
Ragged,
starving.
not ragged.
But
Ragged. Yes. Starving.
Dr. Bernardo had just chosen his first 25 boys, first 25, and there
And
was
there was
no more room.
no more room. Okay. Now this
Sorry,
now the disaster has started.
not
Yes,
this.
yes, yes. Ali, keep on.
Sorry, guy, he said, not this time.
Keep on reading. Better go on,
Soon
Ali bin Salman.
as I have space and money
Yes.
for one more boy, I send you send for you or right. But before even a week passed, Carrot died from hunger and cold. Dr. Leonardo
Underline this line. Carrots died from hunger and cold. And cold. So stop reading, my
then
dear. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Ali, beta. Now let me come in. So 1870, Dr. Bernardo rented a house and he started his orphanage, the first orphanage. Now let me come. Underline this dialogue. Begged a little red-haired boy. His name was Carrots. Carrots. Dr. Bernardo smiled sadly. Carrots needed a home as badly as anyone, for he was dirty and ragged and starving. Who was Carrots? But Dr. Bernardo had just chosen his 25 boys already, and he had no more room for any single child. That's why he refused Carrots to get in. And he said to Carrot that not this time, but as soon as I have space and money for one more boy, I'll send for you. But Dr. Bernardo did not about that. A week passed, Carrots died from hunger. And he did not know that carrots would die from hunger and cold. Then Dr. Bernardo was filled with pity and, yes, now, and despair and bitterness. Oh my, yes. Now turn on the page number 140, guys. 140, despair and pity. Now, who wants, yes. Hamna Asaf, Zoha Iqbal. Now, Zoha will read. Zoha, unmute yourself, beta.
Despair and bitterness.
Yes.
If he had taken
Zoha,
carrots,
beta, start
carrots
reading.
would
Yes.
still be alive.
Yes.
He could have sent, he could have saved him.
Yes.
He could have saved him. Never, never, he thought. Will I refuse any child again? If 50 come, I'll take them all. If
Yes.
God sends children to me, then I must trust Him to send me food and money for them. So he wrote a huge notice and nailed it up outside the house. No
Okay.
needy child ever refused.
Ever refused.
Yeah.
Okay, now Aleha will read. Now, Aleha, start reading, beta. Unmute yourself, hurry up.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, out into the streets when Dr. Bernardo. Aleha, start reading, beta.
Moved and escaped into corner, and
Good.
night after night he found boys and girls cold, hungry, homeless, and he took them back to warmth and comfort and a new life. So Dr. Bernardo family grew and grew until by the time he was 60 years old, he had cared for 60,000 children from all parts of Britain. Jim, the first of the children, later went to Canada, and there he did well as Bernardo. Boys and girls have done ever since.
Okay, very good. Very good. So, guys, we have completed. Let me explain first. Now, no needy child ever refused. Dr. Bernardo was shocked and filled his heart full with despair and bitterness. He was upset. He became sad that carrots, if he had taken carrots, carrot would still be alive. He could have saved him. He could have saved him. He always thought about carrots. Never, never he thought, will I refuse any child again if 50 come? Means he decided for next time that I will never refuse any child. If 50 comes, if God is sending them, so who am I to refuse them? So God will arrange for them food and money and all that. So he wrote a huge notice and nailed it up outside the house. Okay? No needy child ever refused. Underline this notice. It was a notice. It declared. It was an announcement. It was a brave notice to show for who could tell how many children might come. But Dr. Bernardo prayed for help, and help came. The news of his good work was spreading, and many people sent gifts of money, enough money to buy. Means some rich and affordable person sent money as a gift, and that was the help for the children who were homeless and orphans. Out into the street went Dr. Bernardo, for many poor children wouldn't know that there was a home. But Dr. Bernardo worked for the homeless children who did not know so far that there is a home, who was established by Dr. Bernardo. That's why Dr. Bernardo every night took a lantern, used to take a lantern and went to the worst part of London, part to which other people were afraid to go. Dr. Bernardo went those part where ordinary people and the common people did not want to go. He looked in streets and markets, he looked under boxes and behind stuff. Means he looked for the homeless children, street to street. He climbed on the roof, he crept into corners, and night after night he found boys and girls. How many boys? And which types of boys? Cold, hungry, homeless. And he took them back to warmth and comfort and a new life. He revived, he revived the life of homeless children, orphan children. So Dr. Bernardo's family grew and grew until by the time he was 60 years old, now he became himself 60 years old, and he had cared for 60,000 children from all parts of Britain. So the decision of not going to China was the good decision for Dr. Bernardo as well as for the homeless children. Jim, the first boy of of his house, the first child of the house, later went to Canada. When he grew up, Jim grew up and he went later to Canada, and there he did well. Means Jim served for many homeless children like him, as Bernardo boys and girls have done ever since. And still they are working for homeless and orphan children. Okay, guys? So this lesson has been completed. So let's start work. Now, I'm showing you the index. So start doing work, take out your English literature copy. You have already written the lesson, the man with 60,000 children, so no need to write it again. And you are going to write today RTC, fill in the blanks, and character sketch. If you have done any one of these things, so do not need again, okay? Yes. Okay, have you seen index? Have you written? Show in your chat. And now, first we are going to write RTC. Okay, now RTC. I did not write the answer because you always used to write yourself the answers of RTC. No, my dear. Okay, I have upgraded, beta. Question 1, name the lesson. Write the dialogue. There will be some boys up there. Name the lesson. Who was the speaker? With whom was he speaking? What type of boys were up there? The poor, ragged, and hungry boys up there. What were the boys doing up there? They were sleeping. Okay? Yes, wait a minute, Amna Sham. Oh, and this is your character sketch of Dr. Bernardo. Write it. Izan, what are you doing? Now, Dr. Bernardo was a philanthropist, means missionary doctor. He lived in London. He established so many homes for the poor and homeless children. He provided them food and shelter. He spent his whole life for the welfare of orphans. He devoted his life for the noble cause. He was a real great person. Guys, now you are able to write the character sketch of Dr. Bernardo very nicely and vividly. So try to write yourself if you did not write over here. Okay? Okay, I'm waiting. Hurry up. Now the last work is fill in the blanks. Number one, Dr. Bernardo took evening classes for poor boys. Now write the fill in the blanks, guys. Dr. Bernardo rented his first house in 1870. Carrots was a homeless boy. I will show at the end of the lecture, please. It was difficult for him to choose between London and China. Sea of China will be capital. Mistakenly, I have written with small. Please write with capital, I told you many times. Dr. Bernardo gave a good supper to Jim. Have you written? Have you all written, beta? Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Write it. I'm giving you time. Okay, I will try to upload. Okay, okay. I'm showing you RTC. Just write the question. You can write the answer yourself. That is why I did not write the answer. Always you used to write yourself. Name the lesson. Who was the speaker? The common questions are here. With whom was he speaking? What type of boys were up there? What were the boys doing up there? Two questions are new. Okay, and this is the character sketch. Many times I described yesterday, I described about Dr. Bernardo in detail. So you are able to write the character sketch of Dr. Bernardo yourself, I believe. He was a real great person. Okay, I'm showing you. Alina, wait. Alina, just write the question, beta. Have you all done, my dear? He was training to be a missionary doctor. Dr. Bernardo rented his first house in 1870. Carrots was a homeless boy. It was difficult for him to choose between London and China. Please write China, Sea of China, capital. It is mistakenly written by me. Dr. Bernardo gave a good supper to Jim. Ayan, have you written Ayan Naveed? Ayan Naveed. And I wanted to show you the Dr. Bernardo's orphanage in olden time and in the modern time, wrecked school, museum. Now, what do you want to see? RTC, okay. This is RTC. Next week, inshallah, we will be having our English language class. And we are having 3 lessons for final term. Little short, wild moose, and the man with 60,000 children. So we have completed our lesson for final term. Now can I show you fill in the blanks again? Character sketch have you written? Dr. Bernardo provided them food and shelter. He spent his whole life for the welfare of the orphans. You can write over here, poor and homeless children. He devoted his life for the noble cause. He was a real great person. Okay, beta, who is asking? Okay, okay. No issue, beta, Muniba. Muniba Yasir, complete your work, beta. Khizra, have you done, I think? Have you completed the work? Khizra, raise up your hand. Okay. Okay, Alina Abid, thank you. Okay, RTC. I'm showing you RTC. One time more. Shazeb. Okay, Shazeb. Can you see RTC? Abdullah, have you written, beta? Abdullah Khan and Abdullah bin Abdulaziz, both of you. Vanya, are you writing? Fill in the blanks, okay. Shazeb, have you written RTC? Just we have few seconds. Right, beta. And this is the fill in the blanks. You can see on the screen. Okay, character sketch, Afan. Yes, 4 minutes are left, Afan. Have you done fill in the blanks? And character sketch. This is character sketch of Dr. Bernardo. You have done an Clay character sketch, Dr. Bernardo, and Black Eagle. Wild moose, not Black Eagle. Less than 1 minute is left of Afan. Fill in the blanks have you done?